Hello guys and welcome back to Assetto Corsa. Today we'll be taking out the Formula Master at Brands Hatch.
Yep, we decided to choose this track again. I think last time we did it was, I don't know, some 20 weeks ago?
With the Shelby Cobra.
With the Shelby Cobra, it must have been 20 weeks ago or something. So we've decided to take it out here again because it's a Formula 1 track and I thought, you know, it's a Formula car. Should go quite well.
An old Formula 1 track.
An old Formula 1 track, yeah. It would be nice to have this back though.
Yeah.
Can you imagine them ripping around down this, I forgot what this curve's called.
I'll be honest, I prefer this track to Silverstone.
I know what you mean. It's very fast.
Yeah.
It's all the turns are very fast.
I think it's a very
and it's short.
track.
And it's short.
And it's challenging.
Yeah,
which is most
properly
important. I mean,
challenging.
and you're gonna see why. It's
Quite a few
challenging.
times,
Yeah, he's gonna come off a few times.
Yeah, I mean, I will admit, after a couple of laps, I think I realised that the car setup was not right for this track. I felt that the suspension was too low and too stiff for the track because it is a bumpy track, it's an old track, and it's got a lot of undulations. Like, for example, here, first thing I want to mention with the force feedback, great force feedback by the way, but as you're coming down here, you could feel the car scraping against the ground, and it was then translated into the force feedback, and your wheel was making horrific noises. So, you know, I think that's one of the reasons why I probably went off a lot, and I think if I raised it, it'd probably be a little bit better. The other reasons I went off a lot is because you can't actually see some of the corners.
And you were pushing it.
And I was trying to push it,
just to get that time down. I mean, when I took it around the track, like you said, the main issue was for me was not able to see the corner.
Yeah.
And with the map not working, not functional, that doesn't really help. So you're sort of braking, slipping into third gear before, a good 100 yards before the corner, not realising, oh hang on, the corner's further away than you think. And then when you take the corner, you're really down the speed and you pick it up again.
Yeah.
I think with this car, with the lightweight that is, 560 kg?
Yeah.
It's like the speed that you go to the corners, you have to time it perfectly, everything, the angle.
I think, yeah.
Because if you put in the wrong gear and at the wrong speed, then you'll be spinning around everywhere like I did.
You're going to see that actually a few times from me. I'm going to take a lot of these corners at different speeds, trying to get a feel for, what speed goes well around, what speed is good for the car around what corner. And you'll see that, for example, here I was braking far too early. Look at me,
Exactly.
second gear.
Yeah, because I think it's because you can't see the corner. You're underestimating the corner.
I mean, it wasn't just that. The brakes on this car are stupidly sharp.
Yeah.
I mean, I knew the corner was there, and I thought, well, I'm in fourth gear, and it was revving quite high up. That's the other thing. Because it's not that powerful, what is it, 266 brake horsepower off a 2-litre Honda K20 engine.
Yeah.
So it's a similar engine that you find in an S2000. You know from the sound of that engine, for anyone who's had an S2000, or you can hear this engine anyway, it just seems to just continue growing. It doesn't seem to taper off. That's one of my first offs. That's at a blind corner. Although I did manage to get it continuing to roll. And you feel that, and you just feel it's just continually growing. So you can't really tell if you're getting to a top end. Do you understand?
Yeah.
And the problem there is you don't realise that you're not going as fast as you think. You step on the brakes, and because the brakes are so sharp, you've slowed down to a crawl way before the corner.
Exactly what I said. I mean, one thing that would help a lot of, stop us from going off would be a map, I think.
I think a map,
I think 50% of the time is probably underestimating the corner.
I do wonder if someone has actually released a map for this, because what I do know is a lot of modders, when they release a track, another modder will release a map specifically for that track, and you just copy it in.
I wonder how hard it would be to make a map for this track.
It shouldn't be too hard. I mean, if it's not done, I might actually consider just putting one up. Because that way it'll help people. So if I don't find a map for Brands Hatch, maybe next few weeks I might actually figure out how to do that and put it up, because it's not that difficult. Anyway, away from that, back to the car. In terms of looks, it's a really nice looking car. It is honestly a nice looking car. I quite like the squarish side pods. I think that when you look at it,
I think that's old school F1.
It is.
Yeah.
I think it reminds me of Formula 1 circa 1998.
Yeah. I was thinking 90s.
Yeah.
I was saying late 90s.
98 to about 2003.
Yeah.
Where they had a very square side pods.
I think that was the best time when the Formula 1 cars looked like.
I think that was. No, but you know what? I think in 1980s Formula 1 cars looked amazing.
Yeah, that's what I mean. So from the old days to around to the early 2000s.
Well, definitely not in the last year. With
No way.
No.
Hardware.
Oh, have you seen this year's cars?
No.
They're really nice. They really look nice. And I think I think they will put smaller Formula Series. I think they'll base them off this year's
Yeah.
Formula 1 cars because they are really nice. Anyway, we're sort of going on and off topic here. Interior of the car, as you can see, very detailed. Gloves, everything, driver suit, they're all highly detailed. We didn't have to download any additional packs.
The whole interior is carbon fiber as well, isn't it?
You can tell it's carbon fiber. It's very nice. What I don't like is the digital display seemed a little bit blurry to me, and the actual HUD lights. They did seem a little bit blurry. It's not something I was too fond about.
Yeah.
Then again, I wasn't really looking at them too much. I was using the lights more as just
I'll be honest,
a quick reference.
I'll be honest with you, I've looked at, all I was interested was the gear.
Yeah, exactly.
I wasn't too keen on the shifting lights.
Yeah, they
look-
seem a little blurry.
Yeah, they look very blurry actually.
Yeah, but apart from that, you know, it's really nice. Sound is great.
Nice, yeah.
It's really great. I could tell straight away it was a 4-cylinder. And to me, it sounded like a Honda engine straight out. So I asked you to actually check it, or who actually makes this engine?
Yeah.
Just sliding off again at the blank corner, and bringing it back up. But it sounded really, really nice, and I was quite happy with the way that the sound has been developed. It had that guttural sound, and I don't know what happened here. Oh no, wait, I do know what happened here.
Oh yeah, that's when you looked
This
up.
is where I was looking back at you guys
Yeah.
because we were actually were we talking about the sound or were we talking about the looks? And I turned back.
Yeah.
Look, I turned back, and I was at that corner.
And I think one of them, I'll take responsibility because I think I nudged the seat by mistake. And I think you turned around, gave me a dirty stare, and then carried on driving. So I think that
Yeah.
might be probably the next
Nobody touches my seat while I'm driving.
Yeah.
Nobody.
one. Yeah.
But I mean, it's easy to get the point. There is a good point to make is you can't take your eye off the board.
Yeah.
You have to focus
we
on
said
this car.
that. It's one of them. If you feel like an F1 driver, because obviously F1 drivers can't have it. Well,
The thing is,
every second
the
counts.
thing is with an F1 car, I found that an F1 car having more downforce in an F1 car, you can sort of afford to during a straight let your mind wander very slightly. You know, maybe to oh hold on, what am I going to do in the next pit stop, or what am I going to do at the end of the race? You know, where am I aiming? Stuff like that.
Not
in
what
this
you
car.
what you're going to eat tonight.
No. Although there is a story about Ross Brawn and Michael Schumacher, and they're saying Schumacher was so calm in the car, you could actually have a conversation with him like you were having a cup of tea, and oh, that's gonna hurt. Yeah.
Ouch.
Again, that point actually, suspension. There was a bump in the road. There's a bump in the road. I didn't notice it because I was cutting on the inside a lot. Overcooked the corner slightly, hit that bump, kicked the rear of the car out, and even there, again, you saw it kicking out.
This track has got a lot of
It's a lot of bumps.
a lot of demons.
Yeah.
And honestly, I'm the first person to sort of criticize you and say, oh no, don't make excuses.
Yeah.
But honestly, there's little bumps here and there, and when I was driving, I was quite surprised as to how it affects your driving.
Yeah, I mean, how many of the mistakes I said, I'd say maybe 30-40% were pure out my fault.
Yeah, and I think
For going too fast or whatever.
about 30% was because there was no map.
Well, I know the track inside out though, so you can't really blame it on
I
that.
can blame the track.
Yeah.
Wasn't there like a sign on this track that said Devil's Corner or something?
No, you're thinking something else.
Yeah.
Was I
In
thinking
fact,
something else?
yeah, you're thinking something else. In fact, let's just quickly go over the physics of this car, and
Okay.
then we're going to talk about what you were thinking.
Oh, I think
Right.
I know.
So, physics. We all drove the car. It's a tough car.
It is.
It's a tough car.
Yeah. You can't push it to as you think you can,
Yeah.
especially at corners. Like I keep mentioning it.
You know what I really like? It's a driver's car. 100% driver's car. Like, it's a very challenging car. It's very suitable for this track.
We took this for a spin on 2 tracks. We took it on this track, which you're seeing in the video, Brands Hatch, and we took it in Silverstone.
Yeah.
So we did try this on 2 separate tracks. It did handle better at Silverstone.
Yeah, it did.
We have to admit, because obviously smoother track. It did handle better at Silverstone, but you're right. It's a complete driver's car. And to drive it, I think personally, if you wanted to take it on this track, I'd raise up the suspension a couple of mil, and I'd soften the tires slightly, and I would probably play with its camber. I'd probably play with its camber settings. I would want the car to be a little more prone to understeer, because at the moment, especially as we're going down, up and down through hills, and that's where the corners are, the back end just seems to want to kick out just a little bit too much, and I'm not too fond of that. I mean, I like the back end kicking out, but it's kicking out a little too often for my liking.
Yeah.
And I think I'd be able to get
Do you reckon that's because of the track though?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
For a setup for this track,
Yeah.
I'd probably adjust the camber slightly.
But then you can't criticize the car for it, can
But
you?
you can't criticize the
No,
car.
no.
Honestly, the car is really, really good. Only criticism is these tiny bits and bobs. Only criticism are these tiny bits and bobs in the interior with the lighting and the dash display.
Yeah.
Apart from that, really nice car. Comes in plenty of liveries.
Yeah.
There's a Red Bull livery.
Yeah.
There's plenty of nice ones.
I know we don't grade it till right at the end, but I'm gonna stick my neck out and say I'm gonna give it a 9.5, simply because it does what it's supposed to do.
Yeah.
And it feels. I mean, regardless of the fact that it's a tough car to drive, that's irrelevant. But it makes you feel like you're actually racing it.
Yeah.
Like some cars, you feel like you're being assisted, and do you know what I mean? Like,
This has got a very raw, thoroughbred feel about
yeah,
it.
exactly. That's the word.
I was gonna say
Yeah.
the same thing.
Yeah.
I was gonna say if I rate it, I was gonna rate it 9 out of 10 as well.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna knock off for the track and
Yeah.
whatnot. So we've got 9 out of 10s for this.
Yeah.
What do you think? What would you have rated it? Because we've just given it 9 out of 10 because we think it's just such a raw, thoroughbred car.
I'll give it a 9 as well. Definitely a 9.
That's the first time we've all given it the same score. It is really, really nice, and credit to the creator of it. What's his name? Something Master. What's his name? Something Master.
Oh my god.
Something Master. Here we go. Race department user Something Master. It begins with S.
C-Tech Master.
Not C-Tech Master. We'll come back to that name in a few seconds. This is a bit embarrassing because I did have this at the start. Race department user.
Well, while you're searching for it,
Race department user.
and we will have the link for everything in the description box.
Yeah, we'll have the
Yeah.
link for this one, and we'll have the link for Brands Hatch as well.
Yeah.
And the Black Series mod we're using, which again, it just astounds you, doesn't it?
And-
Just look how beautiful it
Yeah,
looks.
and what we'll do is, if there's not a map available, just put in the comments box if you would like a map available, so then
Yeah,
you can
Sync Master.
sync master.
Sync Master, that's the one.
My brain was not syncing with what it was.
Ha ha ha.
Well, that's better than last week's pun with the Shelby
Yeah.
coming
yeah.
around the mountain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But honestly, Sync Master, well done for you and the team who has created it. Seriously, well done. As I completely lose it again.
Again, yeah.
Isn't that the same corner? Yeah, it's the same
I
corner.
think it is.
It's that blind corner again.
It's your favourite corner, yeah.
Oh, it's, you know what? It claimed a lot of crashes. There's been a lot of crashes on that corner before. But well done. Seriously, an amazing, amazing job. Again, to the creator of Brands Hatch, you've done an amazing job there. And to the creator of the Black Series, that cloud setting, the color palette, everything is absolutely beautiful. This is actually looks absolutely amazing. And I think we did quite a few laps afterwards, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I thought I could catch up.
I need to
Thought
spawn
I could
again.
catch up. What we're gonna do is I think you were talking about a Devil's Corner.
Yeah, Devil's Corner.
It's
but
actually Devil's Diner.
That's it.
Devil's Diner. We have a little bit of news that I'm sure many of you are aware
A
of.
little bit? I don't think it's little.
Okay, it's not little. The Dream Pack is coming out next Wednesday.
Hooray!
That was the worst and most pathetic hooray I have ever heard.
You guys should have joined in.
No.
No.
Oh,
Anyway.
Right. Anyway, seriously, thoroughly excited though. Despite no hoorays, thoroughly excited. 10 cars and a track. And for all of you, I really, really recommend that you purchase it before Wednesday because it is on offer at the moment for £7.33.
And what did you think it was? £15?
15 to 20 pounds.
Minimum, yeah.
£7.33. It is on offer. Afterwards, it is going to go up, I think, to about 12 pounds. So you can convert that to your own currency. I think US dollars probably about $10, somewhere around that.
Right,
As in-
$10, $12.
Right now.
Right now, yeah, right now.
Yeah.
And then going up to about $20. Absolute bargain. Compare it to iRacing where they charge 15 quid for one car. This is 10 cars, and I can't wait to drive
And
it.
it's what, been in the making for 2 years?
Been in the making for 2 years. Kunos, seriously, our respect for you just goes up and up and up because you create some of the most incredible tracks. You create some of the most incredible cars, and yet you give it to us for such an affordable price. You let all of us, who ever dream of racing in sims, you let us do it for a fraction of the price of other simulators, yet give us more fun than I'd expect. I mean, I know some people have actually been talking about waiting until it comes out and then buying it just so that Kunos get that extra bit of money because they deserve it. And by all means, if you think that that's the right way to do it, by all means, we recommend that you buy it after Wednesday But just to let you know, at the moment, £7.33, and we are going to be doing a in-depth review.
Yeah.
At least 2 videos, at least spanning 2 weeks, maybe even 3 videos.
Definitely.
Because it's going to be epic, it's going to be incredible, and I seriously can't wait to drive on the Nürburgring.
We'll even post a link to the trailer for the Dream Pack as well. That's come out.
Actually, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Let's post a link to that. Some of the photos are incredible, and we'll also
Yeah.
obviously talk over those patch notes of beta 1.0. Ooh,
Just kept it on.
just kept it on there. But yeah, this what else is there to really say about that pack apart from we don't want to give too much away.
I was gonna
Yeah.
say just let's stay quiet now, and
Yeah.
hopefully next week we'll have
We'll have
a video for you.
I tell you what, let's just run down how we're going to do this so you know what to expect. Next week, we're going to be running over the update, the patch update, and we'll do the Green Hell, and we'll do one car.
Okay.
Right? That'll be it. We're not going to tell you what car.
That'll be a surprise.
That'll be a surprise. Then what we'll do is the following week we'll review a few more cars, just the cars, and then after that, if we get the views and you guys want it, we'll review the rest of the cars. And that's how we'll do that. And on that note, I think what we're going to do is leave you to enjoy the last couple of laps. I think it's the last lap actually. Thank you very much for watching. Please remember to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel for more videos on Assetto Corsa, and leave a comment in our comments box below. Also, download this car. Once again, thank you very much for watching. We're AD Studios.